Let me take over.
Perfect timing. All right, let's go.
All these orders. The store's overloaded with orders. I got it. Express.
You didn't peek in the pack.
Business is tough. Every little thing counts. You need me to step in. Don't forget to bill them for an appearance fee. Business is tough. Every little thing counts. You need me to step in. Don't forget to bill them for an appearance.
What is this one copy?
I will see through the Nexus.
Dang it, they really don't want me to post this one.
The wind's just right. Come on. Come on. Perfect angle. Come on. The wind's just right. Perfect angle. Let's finish this! Not too difficult. The wind's just right. And fracture! The store's overloaded with ore. Got it.
The new machine just got...
What?
All these... The store's overloaded with orders, and we're short. Got it. Perfect angle. Hit. Hit. Come on. Hit. Come on. Come on. Hit. Come on. Hit. Perfect angle. Wind's just right.
All right, I'm wishing time is over. You're managing your plate. Shall we take a walk? Oh, where did you get this? You have great taste. I like it. Precious, what do you want to know? I'm not bragging. It's a shame that I'm Precious. From what I can tell, remember to come back here.
I'll handle this part. Stay balanced. I will see through all these. The store's overloaded with order. Got it.
I don't care.
Hold. Come on. Huh. Hit. Come on. The wind's just right. The store's overloaded with orders and got it. Appreciate the help, but finish your current batch before pick.
Why are they driving like that?
According to Article 20 of the Field Operations Code,
All right,
was it
but this is a
19?
new car. Try
Anyway,
not to...
please.
Dinger, okay?
Store's overloaded with orders and got it.
Don't hurt my precious. And thus, time flows on. Arriving at this very moment.
Let me take over.
Nowhere to run. Route secured. Now's the time. Appreciate the support. I'll handle this. Spin and clear. Target confirmed.
Trust me. Engrave. Fate splinter and fracture. Nicely done.
plenty of love to give. Many thanks and tremendous amounts of gratitude to all who have made a donation to this fund. Without each and every one of your donations, none of this would be possible. Thank you so much, and may God continue to bless you. Stay safe and stay healthy in these uncertain times. Man with wood sitting on bed continues to circulate online here and there. It's still very much used as a bait switch meme, and I suspect it will be for many years to come. Rest in peace to Wardy.
The responsibilities of sharing your life
Perfect angle.
with a lovely young Asian lady. Forget about what it feels like to belong with and respect. What is the consequences of an on
No, I mean, you're right. It actually is the 10th anniversary of the pop and that. Of course, we could throw it. Hey, hold on a second. Then we'll film it quick. I'll call you back. Sorry about that. You know, speaking of calls, I recently got a premium unlimited data plan on this phone, and mobile. And it only costs $15 a month. Literally set it up within minutes using an eSIM. Once in my life, I don't feel like I'm getting robbed for phone service, and you shouldn't either. It comes with everything you need. They've got 5G coverage to 98% of Americans and 4G LTE to 99% of them. I've had no complaints about the coverage or data connectivity. I mean, it's pretty insane. Unlimited talk and text, free calls to Mexico, Canada, and the UK, and you get 20 gigs of mobile hotspot data. That's pretty nuts. If you want to make this, then full price plan options are available. Taxes and this farm. And how did this normal farming end up getting him killed?
The first picture here is our homestead, and this happens to be the second picture. And as you can see, our neighbors are not doing well like farming just yet.
People speaking in this internet live stream discussing winter soil health improvement. It's a high farming legend, David Grant. Grant is a local farmer veteran, but his exploits in battle aren't his claim to fame. Those accolades come from the fields and the traditional sense.
Most of our operation is corn, soybeans, and wheat.
This glorious man is considered one of the godfathers of the modern soil conservation movement. David here changed the way farmers farm all across America. Yeah, guys, what did you think? There wasn't going to be more here? In the 20th century, mass-scale mechanical farming becomes a thing, and farmers start getting really efficient, growing massive crop yields every year. But there's little regard given to the land itself, and farmers end up ruining their soil quickly, over-farming it and causing soil health issues, which comes with serious erosion problems and contributes to dust storms. Keep in mind, people farmed this way because they thought that high-tech farming was the undisputed profit king. Well, yeah, we're fucking up the soil along the way, but if we grow enough, it'll make up for it in the end, right? Well, David was one of the first farming guys out there who proved this wrong, popularizing a highly profitable no-till farming strategy.
We have trouble with our neighbors because they think they need to manage their soils better by doing tillage, and they do not understand that if they do tillage, it tends to crust over, the rainfall runs off, and I think this year they've all taken notice because they've been on our farms and looked at them, and several of our local neighbors are saying now they want us to help them learn to use cover crops to improve their water infiltration in their soil.
Instead of constantly tearing up and churning his soil, David employs no-till farming practices. He also plants cover crops in between cash crops to better preserve the soil's integrity and prevent erosion. His philosophy was that instead of prioritizing short-term high crop yields, if you managed your land conservatively and treated the soil like a living thing itself, you would actually end up making higher profits in the long run.
This way we get lots of diversity, and we have
Welcome to the wiki your
about
path ahead is
360 days a year. On this farm, we lose less than 100 pounds of soil per year because of our cover crops. That's been a benefit to us.
Yeah, it's less annual yield, but the soil is useful for much longer, and you save money on fertilizer and field costs because you're not constantly tilling the fields. David's homeschool methods were actually proven correct. He became more profitable than most of the farmers who used status quo tilling methods in his area.
The store's overloaded
Something
with
of a
orders.
legend for his no-till
This one is a
approach,
common
and started
cargo.
a soil-held revolution in the process. This is obviously a condensed version of his rise to prominence, but yeah, you can imagine it by looking at it, but this guy was actually an extremely impressive thinking farmer responsible for popularizing logically sustainable methods that are implemented to this day. David's farm in Fairfield County, Ohio has become something of an internationally recognized mecca for soil conservation. People coming from across the globe will visit the place firsthand and learn David's methods. And it's here in his farm where a beam is born. In 2012, during a National Resources Conservation event held on his own farm, David Brand would have many photos of himself taken as he toured event attendees around the property. These photos were held in archive for multiple years. They would eventually find their way to the net.
Why is he driving like that?
Ultimately, the beam was first posted online by the United States
Pissing me off.
in a blog post commemorating the second anniversary of the National Resources Conservation Service Unlocking the Secrets of the Soil campaign. This article was celebrating David's contributions in soil conservation, leading mostly on for many years, but eventually a Redditor laid eyes on it. 4 years later, on December 15th of 2018, David's photo was shared to the Beam Economy subreddit, a forum dedicated to both creating
What kind of
and
delivery is
predicting the
this?
growth of
1
new
star.
bean
I'm not
formats.
definitely
You
a
can see
problem
that
customer.
the now famous
My stuff's
catchphrase
short.
ascribed
You
to
must have
David is
stolen.
present here. It ain't much, but it's honest work. The joke was intended to be used
The
in
dispatch team
response
takes
to
photos of if you
accommodating a
insist that the
poster
items are
caption
missing.
that flexes
Security
an
office?
unusual,
Don't
but
you know how
mostly
this works?
unremarkable
Must be your
accomplishment,
first
like
day.
the one you're seeing on screen now. It's like a post saying that you just downed an entire extra large cheese pizza from Pizza Hut by yourself without help. You add the "it ain't much, but it's honest work"
Actually,
beat with it. Contrary to
if
what
you delay
might
me
think,
further,
David
you'll be-
Brand
You
never
could be
actually
make
said
up.
it ain't much, but it's
It's not-
honest work.
Can't let
I've
guys
seen
like this get
various
away with
versions
it.
of the meme where it appears to be like a screenshot from a documentary, and the text is made to look like documentary subtitles, implying that he said this. But no, he never actually said this, at least on camera. As I just mentioned, that image is not even from a video. It was just a photo taken by the government. Why David Sandage was chosen for this meme, I've never really been able to ascertain that. However, I would theorize that the creator simply Google searched stock images of farmers, and David's photo from the USDA government website was shown to this person. Google does tend to prioritize results from sources that it thinks are official, and the government one certainly fits that category. Needless to say, the meme ended up going viral after it was shared to Reddit and would become immensely popular throughout the early 2020s online. At first, David had no idea he'd become a meme. Hell, he didn't even know what a meme was. He only found out about it a couple of years after its creation when a bank teller in his local community recognized him from the "it ain't much, but it's honest work" photo.
Well, I really didn't know anything about it until I went to the bank probably a year and a half ago or so. One of the tellers says, "You're a meme," and I says, "I don't know what you're talking about." She showed it to me, and she says, "What do you think?" And I said, "Well, I guess somebody took my picture. I should have got it registered or something. Maybe I could have made some money off of it." One of the ladies from NRCS, when the chief was here, and it was kicked off the soil health movement.
I'll handle it.
She took that picture of me with that ready. So I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Johnson had taken that picture and somebody picked it up somewhere.
David embraced the meme and has spoken about his appreciation of it.
I will
on
see through the
multiple
nexus.
occasions.
But leave it to me.
Because of the meme, his face was
I'll
known
provide
around
Did you need
the
some?
world. And hopefully some of you now understand the important contributions to farming culture David made throughout his life. Even as he got up in years, David Brand continued managing his farms and educating other farmers on no-till sustainable practices. Sadly, though, his work would be cut short under tragic circumstances. On May 18, 2023, at 76 years old, David Brand was driving eastbound on Interstate 74. The man was returning from Champaign, Illinois, after picking up a load of red corn for use at his farm. At approximately 1:15 p.m., while near Urbana, Illinois, the farmer suddenly lost control of his vehicle. Red. It was a Volvo crash so violent that David was ejected from his seat and thrown out onto the highway. David was later rushed into Carl Foundation Hospital, where he was placed in a medically induced coma. Unfortunately, a few days later, on May 21st, 2023, at approximately 1:30 in the morning, he was injuries and passed away. The man immortalized by an internet meme that emphasizes
Don't hurt my precious. I'll handle this part.
Literally died on the job, working to support his farm, his life's work. David Grant will be remembered by most online for the meme that he's featured in. However, I just hope people also acknowledge him as the farming legend that he is. Rest in peace to David Brent, a highly influential no-till farmer that changed the way folks approach cultivation in the United States Corn Belt. In the grand scheme of things, it ain't much, but it was honest work. The heartless killing of Peanut the squirrel. Peanut, or stylized often as Peanut, was an eastern gray squirrel owned by Mark Longo, a mechanical engineer from Connecticut. Back in 2017, Mark found Peanut after the squirrel's mother had been hit by a car in New York City. Unable to find a shelter willing to take him, Mark raised the squirrel himself, bottle feeding it for months until it recovered.
Found myself making growing oats formula for him. The main goal was to get him back to health and release him. Each day he got stronger.
At one point, Mark attempted to release Peanut back into the wild, but allegedly found him the next day sitting on his porch, missing half of his tail. Believing the squirrel couldn't survive on its own, Mark decided to keep Peanut as a pet. Eventually, Mark began posting videos of Peanut online, many featuring the squirrel playing with his cat, and they exploded in popularity, racking up hundreds of millions of views and attracting coverage from outlets like The Dodo and USA Today. The squirrel became a bona fide animal meme. During the rise of pet influencer culture in the late 2010s, Mark leaned fully into the trend, creating social media pages for Peanut, where the squirrel appeared in costumes and comedic skits. Over time, Peanut amassed nearly 1 million followers across platforms and became one of TikTok's most recognizable animal accounts. After Peanut's pages exploded online, Mark Longo used the money from the squirrel's popularity, along with some of his own content, to open an animal sanctuary called Peanut's Freedom Farm, which was in rural New York. The farm housed hundreds of rescue animals, and Peanut became the face of the operation. Mark also began rehabilitating a raccoon named Fred, who occasionally appeared in videos too. But there was a problem. New York has strict laws regarding wild animals, so keeping squirrels or raccoons without special licensing is illegal. According to Mark, he was in the process of trying to get Peanut certified as an educational animal. But before that could happen, authorities started investigating him after receiving anonymous complaints.
I heard like some people like reached out to you. No, they reached out. Just immediately,
Another source of strife was people that were mad about Mark's OnlyFans page. Yeah, he had an OF. Some people were pissed off about Mark's Squirrel Daddy OnlyFans account. Critics felt it was exploitative, considering Peanut was featured throughout his social media branding. The thought being, why are you using this cute family-friendly pet page to help cross-promote your adult content? Over time, the New York Department of Environmental Conservation began monitoring Mark's accounts and investigating his animal sanctuary. Things came to a head on October 30th, 2024, when DOC officers executed a search warrant in the sanctuary property. Mark expressed he felt the raid was excessive, saying multiple officers searched his house while interrogating him and his wife. Authorities eventually located Peanut hidden in a bathroom and Fred inside of some luggage. Both animals were seized.
10 to 12 DEC officers raided my house as if I was a drug dealer. I was sat outside my house for 5 hours. I had to get a police escort to my bathroom. I wasn't even allowed to feed my rescue horses breakfast or lunch. I was sat there like a criminal. After they interrogated my wife to check out her immigration status, then proceeded to ask me if I had cameras in my house, then proceeded to go through every cabinet, nook, and cranny of my house for a squirrel or raccoon.
That same day, Mark posted online blaming viewers for community, writing, quote, "Well, Internet, you won." Outrage spread across social media, and many fans feared the animals would be euthanized. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. Days later, officials confirmed that Peanut and Fred had both been euthanized so that they could be tested for rabies. This was done apparently after Peanut had allegedly bitten a wildlife worker after the seizure. The DEC claimed the animals posed a possible exposure risk because squirrels and raccoons had been living together in the same residence.
Peanut was investigated and we have confirmation that they flipped out.
The backlash towards the government euthanizing the beloved mammals was massive. Millions online condemned the state's actions. Petitions demanding justice garnered huge support, and politicians came out publicly criticizing the DEC. The controversy became so viral that it briefly turned into a talking point during the 2024 election cycle. Things only became worse for the DEC after rabies tests later came back negative for both animals. Critics accused the agency of overreach and incompetence, while Mark vowed legal action. In the aftermath of Peanut and Fred's death, Mark raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the sanctuary, while lawsuits and public records requests began targeting the DEC. By 2025, New York officials were openly admitting mistakes had been made during their investigation. Mark would later push for legislation, nicknamed Peanut's Law, aimed at preventing similar animal seizures and euthanasia without due process. Even now, the full story remains messy. Documents from the government trying to explain this ordeal often contradicted themselves, some implying euthanasia was planned early on, while others suggested officials had explored relocation options. The entire situation ended in complete disaster and goes down as one of the most distressing cases of an internet meme figure going out in truly tragic fashion. Rest in peace to Peanut the squirrel and Fred the raccoon. The dark story behind a reaction here. On March 15, 2018, a Brazilian content creator named Neverness would post a video of herself covering a Brazilian pop song by Sandy and Judah. And at around the 1 minute 39 mark of this video, she hits a note and makes an expression on her face that would immortalize her online. Expression during the performance made for quite the bizarre watch, and it went viral online for obvious reasons. The video itself would accumulate hundreds of thousands of views over the years, but this strange wide-eyed expression from her hitting that high note actually ended up becoming even more popular as a reaction GIF, often simply referred to as the shocked black woman GIF. The GIF was often used on sites like Twitter to express extreme, uncomfortable surprise or disgust to a post. Some people on Stan Twitter describe the expression as being gagged. Alini's popularity as a meme surged, and in turn she would accumulate a small cult following of fans on her personal YouTube channel. She would post many additional videos for these fans, all of which showcasing her unique vocal talent. It seemed like a classic, random internet person goes viral for a weird video, becomes a meme, and everyone goes their separate way, all the merrier. But truly unpredictable hardship was on the horizon. In April of 2019, Alini would step away from social media, citing that she was suffering from depression and was undergoing psychiatric treatment. This news was disappointing for fans, but people understood. Most thought she would be gone for a few months and then return after feeling better. But after some years passed, it became clear something was up. Well, it turns out she had been murdered. On April 21st, 2022, at the age of 27, Alini would be found dead with 2 gunshot wounds to her body. Her remains were discovered on a beach in the city of Arurama, Brazil. She was discovered early in the morning by some beachgoers, and the finding was quickly reported to police, prompting an investigation. In their inquiry, police would uncover a sinister conspiracy that seemingly ended in Alini being mistaken for a gang member. Through CCTV footage investigations, officers were able to ascertain this had something to do with an ongoing gang war. In the footage, a suspect along with 3 other accessories had approached Alini, falsely suspecting her of being some sort of informant for a local militia that had been attempting to establish itself in the neighborhood. During the confrontation, one of the suspects reportedly showed her a photo of one of the members of the alleged militia that they were after, and they asked her if she knew this person. When she reportedly responded yes, the man commanded her to get on his motorbike. They were seen riding off, and that was the last known footage of Alini Burrell alive. Later, the police seized the motorcycle in question as well as a revolver, leading to the arrest of 4 suspects in June of 2022. They were charged for the murder of Alini and were all hit with triple aggravated homicide charges. This doesn't mean that they killed 3 people, and it has to do with aggravating factors relating to their crime. That's just what they label it down there in Brazil. Triple homicide because there were 3 aggravating factors. Thankfully, Alini's killers were caught. But you have to keep in mind this entire time, her internet fans had no idea where she had been all this time, and the news of her death was the first update they had gotten about her in years. In the aftermath of the devastating announcement of her passing, Twitter was inundated with posts writing hashtag Justice for Alini Burrell. Thousands would share tributes to the late internet star in the comments of her final Instagram post. Rest in peace, Queen. Always in our hearts, eternal Alini. May God bless her soul. The killers of the woman behind the shocking gift are currently behind bars and are awaiting trial.
Let's see if I don't
Hopefully
get
they
the
get properly
dice.
punished for what they did to Alini Burrell.
Let's see, I'll be
Rest in
glad
peace.
for anything
And
except
so,
for
guys,
actually the
into
merge
video.
or the
Let me know what
suit
you guys thought
or the
about this one
picture.
down below
I
in
get
the
any of
comment
those 3, I'll
section,
just
and
be
let me
mad.
know what you want
I
me to
spit
talk
basic
about
like
next.
million on
I
this.
want to give a major shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys. Wavy Web Surf out. Peace.
Oh, wait.
Thank you. I'll prepare a gift for you too. It's going to be good. What a special gift. Is today a special day?
Recipient confirmed.
Me? Hey! Is there anywhere you want to go? Thanks. I'll make sure Kirmar doesn't eat it, at least before I sleep.